Sulia.
Hi guys, this is Sulia. I am
Sulia.
Selwyn, the Eye of the Gods, and I'm doing this with.
Joel, voice of God.
And Zuu, the God.
Today we are going to talk about.
Be sorry. When we say the voice of, it's not his voice, or his eyes. This boy he's a fraud. Sorry, but please continue. Sorry.
All right, let's do this, man. Today we are talking about the Nordic Viking, Erling Haaland.
Erling Haaland. Humpty Dumpty
Some
Dumpty
people say
Dumpty.
he should be mentioned in the world best players. I don't think so. At the Bernabeu, we saw how Rudiger handled him with Chouameni, who's not a centre back. And even at Etihad, we saw how Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba pocketed him. Erling Haaland, is he a good striker or is he just a goal scorer? Zuu.
I think he's a very good player. I think he's misunderstood. And I'll prove it today. Should I prove it right now?
Let's go.
Okay. So I think you have to remember the team that he plays for, right? Pep is a manager that has very strict rules for his players. Like, we all heard the story of Thierry Henry, who, when he moved to Barcelona, he was on the left wing. And he decided to come to the right wing because at Arsenal he had free room. He came to the right wing. I think he didn't even go back. They just subbed him.
He scored, though.
And he came and he scored. And then Pep took him off
That's it
because
out.
that's not the rule. So we know that
wow.
he's working
I
for a
didn't know that.
manager who has very strict. He knows how he wants to play. So the role that he's given Haaland at Man City, just be there to finish the chance. Haaland is one of the best movers. He makes some of the best runs in the Premier League. But because of the way City play, they don't always. I think if he was playing for Arsenal, for example, Odegaard, if he sees that run, he's making the pass. Bruno, if he sees the run, he's making the pass. But City, they want to take their time, pass. So it doesn't always work.
Inside the box.
Yeah, it doesn't always work. But let's not forget, Pep it works. Last season, he scored 52 goals. So we know that it can work. I think Haaland is having a bad season by his standards. He's still the top scorer in the league. He's second top scorer in the Champions League. So by his standards, he's having a bad season. But we know that Haaland came from the Bundesliga, Dortmund. I watched a lot of Dortmund in the Bundesliga because I was on a hiatus from Arsenal because it was very, at that time, I was
Things
so
are
happy
rough.
watching Arsenal, you know what I mean? So I watched a lot of Bayern, I watched a lot of Dortmund, and I saw that Sancho, Haaland combination. And let me tell you, this Haaland guy is a serious player. He was picking the ball up beyond the halfway line, driving forward, pushing his team forward, laying off passes, targets, man. That guy can do everything. But in this system, that's not his game. That's not his job. He's just there to finish the
Some
job.
people say that it comes to the standards. Maybe with the standards of Bundesliga and the players around him, he could have done that. But in the Premier League, where it's high pace, more physical, he needs to up his game to get to that level.
At times he shows that he has it in him. But I just think it's not
Coming
City's
back
game.
to your famous world class players need to be consistent.
But he's still
So
the
he
top
could be doing
scorer.
that at times.
But he's still the top scorer. Like you see the way City play, he doesn't have to. Like, in what world is Haaland needing to hold the ball up, like long ball, chase the ball? No,
Because he's a striker. Sometimes you need.
But that's not how City play. You know,
But,
short
in
passes.
certain games, it required that when teams are pressing, you need to go long, and that's what Madrid did to them. When they were pressing them, they had to go long, and when they went long, he failed them.
Yeah, but okay, so let me tell you, the Madrid game, let me just like wrap it up real quick on Haaland. So the Madrid game, I feel like something that's another part of Pep's plan that people don't really consider is,
He's a decoy.
yes, exactly. Rudiger is holding him and all these things, having a hard time. Haaland definitely is having it because he also wants to score. We no doubt it. He definitely wants to score. But at the same time, him occupying those centre backs is creating space for Foden, for all these guys on the edge of the box. Because when I push the centre backs back towards the goal, I've created a space between the midfielders.
That's a good point.
And there's a lot of space for Foden and them, to score all those goals and to create all this space and create all those chances. So I feel like sometimes we are looking at it as fans and we're like, Haaland is not scoring, Haaland is not doing this, he's not doing this. But
the
Pep
role
doesn't care
has
what you
given him
think.
a role.
He's
Okay.
the role is do this, create chances for these guys. As long as we win, I don't care what you guys think. He's getting his salary. That's how I see it. So I think he's still a very good player. It's just the role that he has in this team. And then I also admit that he's going through a bad patch of form. But even in this bad patch of form, he's still the top scorer.
She.
So, Erling Haaland. You see, me, if you watched the City versus Madrid game, you can see that Pep was trying to make use of the goal kicks are not offsides. I don't know if you guys know this. So basically, if they play a goal kick, it's never offside. Same as throw-ins. I think we said this before.
Yeah.
So the plan was to blast it from Ortega to Haaland. Haaland controls as target man and plays it in for Foden and guys to get in. Edison is a yes, I agree. Edison is a
Ortega is bad.
Ortega is not. Ortega is not. It's not Edison, but then I don't think.
His are not bad.
I don't.
Consistently.
Yeah, but that's not. But I will say this: that was not the tactic they have employed this entire season. They only play that against Real Madrid. Yes, so they play that against Real Madrid to Erling Haaland. Unfortunately, where I would say if Erling Haaland is a good or bad player is as much as yes, there are what's it called? There are there are rules that Pep Guardiola has. I'm sure Guardiola also allows for certain points of individual brilliance. Like when we saw De Bruyne's solo run and go against Arsenal. I don't think the Pep drew that up and said, yo, when you're running, run around and go and do all of that and shoot. That's not something you can coach.
You still say it's bad.
I think people like KDB in the team are allowed to do certain things.
Yeah. But Erling Haaland, right? Erling Haaland had, if you look at his stats, he had one shot on goal. Or one shot, actually. In that game.
Yeah, he had one shot.
One shot, 20 touches, and I think 4 touches in like the opposition box. So I don't think I feel like Erling Haaland could have done more. I don't know if you saw Thierry Henry's analysis of Erling Haaland's play, and was kept on saying that you can't be your fullback on a defender because the guy is definitely going to put his leg in front of you and block the ball that's coming to you. So if you put your arm on him and then you get to dictate,
you need to give him your side and create some space.
But I think
you did follow me. Yeah.
I think that's easier said. Like Rudiger, did you
No,
see
it's not
what
easier
Rudiger was
said.
doing?
Easier said.
Henry is a player.
Your mentor is the one who said it.
No, I'm not saying he's wrong. Everything he said is correct, but you can't do that against every defender. Henry had his days where
Haaland, you this big Nordic Viking, you've been catching fish and cutting timber and things. You can't do Sierra Leone.
No, come on. Rudiger is.
Imagine saying be catching fish.
Rudiger, let's not forget, Rudiger is a crackhead. Rudiger is a crackhead.
So streets over that I mean.
Yeah, exactly. So I hear what you guys are saying. I think, and like Henri said as well in that submission that there's room for him to improve. Like there's still a lot that he can learn. He's only 20.
23 or 24.
He's not a little player. He's 22.
He's 22.
22. I mean,
Jesus.
come on. He has not even sniffed his peak. And even at this age, he can come and smash the Premier League goal scoring record. For someone to see that and after that come and say that Haaland is not a good player, it blows my mind.
I didn't say Haaland is not a good player.
I'm not saying you, just generally, the general discourse.
He could have done better. Or
people are saying I mean, so as his age, 22, that means there are things to improve on. That's physical presence,
What if it doesn't? Because not every player gets to get better.
He has already even.
What if this is his peak?
If that's his peak, if you give me Haaland in my team, hey, wallahi.
Wallahi.
Hey.
What about
if this is not a good player, then give it to me. I like.
How about Jesus?
Oh, bless his soul, but
Jesus.
I want to know the banter with Jesus and Haaland. What we're talking about in the Arsenal City game.
I'm better than you.
Yeah, I feel like
you can't even pass. Maybe those things. I don't know, but honestly, I think Haaland. I think Haaland is an amazing player. He's very raw. He still has a lot to improve on, but he's still one of the best finishers in the world. One of the best finishers we've ever seen, because the rates at which he scores goals is higher than any player. If you actually check the stats, higher than any player. Pele, Maradona, Ronaldo.
Hey, come down.
Statistically, at this age, nobody has scored goals at this rate ever.
Okay.
Ever.
So did this? Did you hear what they said?
Better than
Did you
phenomenal.
hear the stats that they said that if Haaland wants to catch up to Ronaldo and break
He has
his
to
goal,
play for a long
he has to
time.
play. No, he said he has not only does he have to
He
play for a
scored
long
lots of
time,
goals,
he
yes.
has to score, I think, like 40 goals a season.
And that's just testament to Ronaldo's crazy goal scoring record. But I'm saying at this 22, at the age of 22, the number of goals he scored and the rate at which he scores, nobody has scored at this rate. So if he's able to keep it up for a long time, maybe 10 more years, you can start, getting into that range of Ronaldo and those guys. But as a goal scorer, we've not seen somebody like this at this age scoring goals like Haaland. And for me, you can't discredit that and just say that he's not a good player. I feel like that's it's very reductive take, and I think people need to respect him more.
My problem is Saliba and Gabriel man-marked him, and he was out of the game. Tchouaméni and Rudiger did the same thing, man. So is it that when you man-mark Haaland, you can't do anything? So if other defenders are supposed to do that too, that means now we are not going to get him to score.
No, I disagree. I mean, every striker has a period where, they kind of figure something out about you, and now it's up to him to find something else and switch it up. And it's not something that he's never done before. Like, trust me, this is somebody who has been scoring under 18 World Cup, whatever, scored 9 goals in one game. This is somebody who like they know him who, like every league he goes to, they're like, Charlie, this guy today, what can we do?
Them all watch the Scout Nation, then watch all the
They've
YouTube
tried
videos,
a
them
lot, and
see
not many people
everything.
have been able to do anything. So trust me, he'll come back stronger, and he's probably going to win the golden boots. And I don't know what you're going to say after that. Like, what are you going to say after that? That's 2 golden boots in the so-called best league in the world. This Farmers League, I think it's a Farmers League.
So you think he's going to win the Golden Boot?
I think I'll put my money on him if I
How
was.
much you go?
I'm not betting with you.
Why you
If
no
I
go?
was going to bet.
Every day you no go bet. Last, what's it called?
let's
The
bet on-
Arsenal buying game. You ran away.
Let's bet on Man U making Champions League.
Why are you shifting the goalpost?
I
We
don't
said
bet
we are
on
talking
that
about Haaland and
So
making
for a
what's it
striker,
called?
a striker's job is to score goals.
Yes.
But do you think it's important for him to have good footballing abilities, like perfect first touch,
Yeah, for sure.
be able to
It will help you.
be a holder player, let people play? Because let's say the way City play with a lot of short passing, quick movements, if Foden gets a ball and wants to play a wall pass with Haaland, a 1-2, and he gives him quickly, expects the ball to come back to him, and he's not able to execute that, I think it's going to affect players like Bernardo and Foden who are around
But
him.
I also think we need to bear in mind that Haaland is not useless at those things as well. You understand? Like,
but-
he's still able to do a lot of these things. He actually gets a lot of assists. In the Premier League, let me check right now. The Premier League this season, he has 5 assists. Somebody like Alexander Isak, who we feel like he's get the touches, and that guy has 1 assist.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Mad.
So Haaland still creates a lot of chances for his teammates. So we can't just make a reductive statement and say that this guy is bad at football. He has, and when he makes those touches, nobody will say anything wrong. Because it's them once you're a victim of your
But I think
circumstances.
Isak can create chances and not be the one assisting to. Or
Yeah, but I mean, an assist, of course, at the end of the day, it depends on the person who's going to put the ball in the net, right? And obviously, Haaland has better players around him. But I still think to say that
people argue that if you take Haaland away from the City team, they still score goals.
yes, but let me compare him to someone like Lukaku. Lukaku, who we know that this guy, his first touch is, they always talk about Lukaku's first touch. I think Haaland has a far better first touch, far better touch than Lukaku. Haaland can
I
actually,
agree because I don't like Lukaku.
yeah, Haaland can actually play football, and I think
But
it's
that's what
just-
people are questioning him of, that he can't actually play football.
And it's not true. It means that they didn't watch him at Dortmund.
Me,
Because he was
honestly,
doing
Haaland
that
can play football. It's not about, what's it called? He can't play football. Because what do you want him to do in the team? They're already doing everything else. So what do you want Haaland to do? Like, if you want him to go and control the ball,
I mean, yeah.
De Bruyne is already doing
Aguero, who
that.
can play all the football. Aguero couldn't
You
score
want
goals
this CN?
like this guy. Aguero, all the football, all the touches he gets, he was never scoring goals to this level. So, I mean, come on. I think Haaland is amazing. So, yeah. I guess we have to wrap it up here.
All right, guys. So that was a debate for Haaland. If he's were to be one of the best strikers in the world, it's up to you to also give us your opinions. And that's it for Sulia.
Sulia.
Sulia